Hi, and welcome to On Stage at A.C.T. Today we're sitting down with the cast and production crew of Match. Up now we've got Rosemary Knight, who is our fabulous stage manager.
Yes, I am.
And this is unique because we've never talked to a stage manager before, so you get to give us all the dirt and insights.
Yes.
It's basically, so anyone, just give me a little bit about Rosemary and where she's from and what she
All
went up to.
right. I'm originally from New York. Went to school there, studied psychology with a minor in theater, and I own my own business. I went from psychology and theater to business, so I've worked in the business world. I own my own business.
Well, you do have to make money, and theater
Yes,
sometimes
I
doesn't
do.
do that, so.
But I have been involved in theater for over 30 years.
So you've been involved in pretty much every aspect of
Yes.
the theater community.
Yes.
So you've done behind the scenes, on stage, directing.
Yes. Yes.
So you kind of cover it all. So you can kind of tell us the differences. What are the things that you saw and experienced here at A.C.T. that drew you here?
I find that A.C.T. is a very close-knit community, which I really enjoy. Everybody supports each other. And there's just so many aspects of this theater. And the one thing I really enjoy is the fact that this theater does push the envelope.
Well, that's what I was just going to ask you. So what do you think, how would you characterize the shows that we do? And you're talking about off-Broadway style things that are quote-unquote avant-garde, or something that has a little bit more of a darker edge.
Yes.
We all have our niche.
Exactly.
So, as an outside person coming into this, what have you seen, observed about the audiences here at A.C.T.? What are they like?
You know, they're not that different from the audiences that I've seen elsewhere. One of the things that I heard said was they feel it's very intimate. They feel like they're with the cast members. They're part of the scenery. They're part of the action.
One thing I noticed that in one of the previous shows that I had done was that someone told me that they felt like they were intruding. Because it was so close.
Exactly.
It was like being at your family reunion and watching Aunt and Uncle somebody have an argument in the kitchen in front of everybody.
Exactly.
It was that kind of like, oh, what do I do now?
And I've heard people say things like that, yes, because it's so intimate. I don't think it has to do with generation. I think it's just what you're expecting.
And I think that even any generation, people are hungry for something different and challenging.
Exactly.
So the fact that we're presenting something a little off the beaten path, I think that they're ready for it.
Exactly.
I doubt that many people actually know what the role of a stage manager is. So what can you tell me about what you do for the actors, for the director?
The stage manager starts off by assisting the director in the rehearsal process. Staying on the book, making sure the actors stay on course, feeding them lines, making sure that they're following the direction that the director has given them, helping them out, helping them with lines. During a tech week, the stage manager is basically running the show, making sure that everything's running smoothly, that the action's moving, that the actors know what they're doing, but also behind the scenes, making sure the lights are correct, making sure that the sound is correct. And during the show run, the stage manager is running everything. The stage manager is making sure that the props are in place, that the furniture is correct, that the actors are ready. They're calling, the stage manager calls the show, make sure that the audience is in their seat, that the audience is out of the bathroom. It's just all encompassing.
So it basically becomes
You're it.
You're
The show.
Because once the director's done and the show's up and running, their job's finished.
Exactly.
So they, not that they get to go on vacation or anything, but like their involvement is not on a day-to-day basis because they've already shaped the show. You're then just shepherding in the show that they've already created.
So the success and failure of the show, when it's running, is in the hands of the stage manager.
Is it stressful?
It can be. If you allow stress to bother you, yes, it can be. But I think if you feel confident that everything that the actors are doing their job, and we have a wonderful cast, I don't think it should be as stressful.
Now that you've done all of these different aspects of the theater community, what part do you feel found the most fulfilling? I mean, or is it whichever one you're involved in at the time?
Yes, I love to act, but I love directing as well. So
you have other projects coming up?
Yes, I do. Would you like me to tell you what they are?
Well, yeah. Well, I do know one is Vanities,
yes.
which is a show I heavily champion because I love the show.
Yes.
So I'm so excited
yes.
to see that come to the stage.
Yes. It's about 3 young women and their intertwining lives. They're good friends, and it takes them from their high school days as cheerleaders to their college days as sorority girls to their adulthood and the challenges that they face as adults. And it's set in Texas, and I seem to be, I don't know what it is. I'm not from Texas, but I seem to do a lot of shows set in Texas, which is kind of funny.
Well, that's great, y'all.
Yes. And then I'm going to be directing Central Park West. I think it's one of the acts, I guess, of death-defying acts.
Well, we'll leave that one for another.
Okay.
Thing because that's a bit off yet.
Yes.
So we'll leave that one for a while. So look back to Match and your job here. Why should people come and see the show?
I find it a character study about 3 different people that, and Megan actually said this. They're a family. They come together as a family, but they're all dealing with their own baggage, and the baggage comes out, and how they deal with each other with the baggage, and how they help each other with the baggage is really, it's very touching, and it's a very heartwarming story. And I think people are just going to love it and fall in love with these characters.
Well, I hope everyone comes on your recommendation alone because it sounds like you're so enthusiastic.
I am. I love this story. It's a wonderful story.
I love hearing all of that from you. So, anything else you'd like to say before we wrap this up?
No, I just want everybody to come see Match because it's a great show and you won't miss it and you won't regret coming.
And you can not see Rosemary, but she'll be invisible behind the scenes here at A.C.T. Studio when Match opens on April 8th and runs through the 23rd. Rosemary, thank you ever so much.
Thank you so much.